Hey guys, before we get started on week 3, day 3, I have a really quick announcement. First of all, today is the last day for you to pick up your packets at Tubman. So next week we're going to start on week 4, and the week 4 packet and the week 5 packet are outside Tubman right now. So if you haven't done that yet, you need to go walk over to Tubman and pick up your new packet. If for whatever reason you can't do that, call me and let me know, text me, have your parent call me, and we can figure something out. But you need to pick up that packet today. Next is tomorrow is a DC holiday. It's Emancipation Day. So there will be no lesson video tomorrow. You can use it as like a vacation day, or you can use it to catch up on work if you're a little bit behind. But I will not be posting any new videos tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions about either of those announcements, call me, let me know, and we'll figure it out. Okay, let's get started on week 3, day 3. Today's lesson is all about unit fractions. So we're going to go over what unit fractions are and look at comparing unit fractions. Okay, so first of all, let's review what a unit fraction is. So a unit fraction is just any fraction that has 1 as their numerator. So I put a bunch of examples here. 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, and you could keep going. 1/6, 1/7, 1/8. All of those are unit fractions because they tell us about the size of the unit: halves, thirds, fourths, fifths. So here you can see what the size of each fractional unit is. When we start changing the numerator, we change the number of those units. But this is just what each one of those units looks like. Unit fractions are very easy to compare because you can just look at the denominators. From yesterday's lesson, we already know that if the denominator gets bigger, then the fractional unit gets smaller. So 2 is a small number, it's a big piece. As the denominators get larger, the pieces are getting smaller. So we really just need to look at the denominator to figure out how big that unit is. Now that only works for fractions that have the same numerators. If it's not a unit fraction or the numerators aren't the same, then you need to use another strategy for comparing. So I want you to think about comparing unit fractions for your very first task. Now, your very first task is about a girl who's trying to compare unit fractions and she makes a mistake. So I want you to use this idea to help you with that task. Task B, we're going to do together. Task B has a part A and a part B. We're just going to do part A. So when you're looking at task A, it says use greater than, equal to, or less than to compare the following sums. Now, when you first look at this problem, you may think that you need to add those fractions together, but you actually don't. And if you notice, all their denominators are different, but they're all unit fractions. So it will be really hard to add those fractions together because they have different denominators. And we already know that we can't add fractions that have different units or different denominators. But we could compare each one of these fractions to each other to decide which sum would be greater. It doesn't tell us we have to answer it. It just says to compare the sums. So we don't need to decide how much each one is. So what I did first was I took the largest fraction from each pair. So 1/2 and 1/3. If you compare 1/2 and 1/3, well, 1/2 is greater than 1/3, so I already know that 1/2 is bigger. Then I look at the next two fractions, 1/4 and 1/5. So 1/4 right here is a larger fraction than 1/5. So if both the fractions in this sum are greater than the two fractions in this sum, then we know that this one has to be bigger. So I want you to try this strategy with the next one, doing that one all on your own. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. All right, good luck, you guys. I'll see you later.